Penalty kicks are used in a specific situation contingent on two variables. First, a player commits a direct free kick offense, meaning by a player against an opponent on the field while the ball is in play, and one of the 10 direct free kick offenses. Second, the victim of the foul is an attacker who is being fouled within the defending team's penalty area. A penalty kick is awarded at the penalty mark inside the penalty area where the foul occurred. Like free kicks, the ball must be stationary at the taking of a penalty kick. There are no limitations as to who on the team possessing the penalty kick can take the kick. Any player on that team is permitted to do so, including the goalkeeper. A penalty kick is in play when the ball is kicked and it moves forward, like a kickoff. As with a kickoff, a penalty kick must be kicked forward. However, unlike a kickoff, if a penalty kick is not kicked forward, an indirect free kick is awarded to the opposing team. Failing to kick the ball forward is a violation of Law 14 that has a specific punishment listed for it. The team in possession of a penalty kick may kick the ball directly into the opposing team's goal and score a goal. That's kind of the idea behind the penalty kick. Because the ball must move forward from a penalty kick, the kicking team cannot score on itself from a penalty kick. And please don't tell me how the ball could rebound off the goal frame, ricochet the length of the field, and then go into that team's own goal. Let's stay within the realm of reality here. The positioning of a players at the taking of a penalty kick is mildly complex and in fact very important. So we're going to devote this entire slide to the topic. First, a kicker must be designated. As mentioned earlier, any player on the kicking team may take the kick. There are no restrictions. But the referee needs to identify who the kicker will be, and any changes must involve the referee being notified again. The kicker is the only attacking player permitted within the penalty area or the penalty arc prior to the taking of the kick. The goalkeeper must be positioned on the goal line between the goalposts and must face the field. The goalkeeper is permitted to move before the kick is taken, but only laterally along the goal line. The keeper must be on the goal line at the time the whistle is blown to allow the kick to proceed. All other players must be outside of the penalty area, outside of the penalty arc, and not closer to the goal line than the ball. None of the non-participating players are permitted to violate any of these three position requirements until the ball is kicked. Please note, this is the only official reason for the penalty arc. There is no other reason for the arc being on the field other than enforcement of non-participating players at the taking of a penalty kick. A penalty kick is always ceremonial, meaning every penalty kick must be preceded by the referee blowing his or her whistle to turn over control of the restart to the kicker. There are exceptions to if the kick prior to the whistle, the kick has not been taken appropriately and must be retaken. If the referee forgets to blow his whistle and just says, "Go ahead," the kick has not been taken appropriately and the kick must be retaken. The referee should always check the positioning of the goalkeeper and the other players prior to blowing the whistle and allowing the kick to proceed. The double touch rule is in effect for the penalty kick. The kicker may not touch the ball again until another player touches the ball, with the penalty for this being an indirect free kick to the opposing team at the spot of the double touch. This would happen if the kicker scuffed the kick, moving the ball forward, but not far enough for the goalkeeper to get to it first, and then the kicker kicked it again, or if the ball rebounds to the kicker from the frame of the goal without touching another player, and then the kicker touched it again. It is impossible to be in offside position at the taking of a penalty kick, assuming that the referee has properly checked the position of the players prior to the kick. Law 14 violations, in addition to the double touch, are extremely complex and involve a very detailed flowchart that we will cover here to determine the referee's response. We will spend the next few slides covering this. The shooter himself can violate Law 14 in two ways once the whistle is blown. The kicker can stutter step in the run-up to the penalty kick, but upon reaching the ball, the kick must be taken in one continuous motion. This was added to Law 14 in 2011, as many shooters would start the motion, hold their leg up, then wait for the goalkeeper to dive in one direction, then kick the ball into the opposite corner, and this was deemed unfair. The kicker must kick the ball in a continuous motion upon reaching it. If the kicker does not do this, the referee should wait to see the outcome of the kick, and if the ball enters the goal is not counted and the kick is retaken. If the ball does not enter the goal from this situation, meaning the goalkeeper makes a save, or the ball hits the frame of the goal and rebounds into play, or the ball goes over a boundary line for what would appear to be a goal kick, corner kick, or throw-in, play should be halted and an indirect free kick is granted at the penalty mark to the defending team where the kicker infringed on Law 14. In either case, a goal cannot be scored once the kicker violates Law 14. The restart is either to retake the penalty kick if the ball goes into the goal, or an indirect free kick to the defending team if the ball does not enter the goal. Furthermore, Law 14 states that if a kicker starts the kicking motion and then pauses, the kicker must also be cautioned for unsporting behavior. The other possible violation of Law 14 by the kicker is if the kicker plays the ball backward. If the ball is not kicked forward, play should be halted immediately and an indirect free kick awarded to the defending team at the penalty mark. The second possible source of infringements on Law 14 can come from the goalkeeper. Remember, the goalkeeper must be on the goal line between the posts and must face the kicker. The goalkeeper does not need to stand still and can move along the goal line from side to side. The goalkeeper is not permitted to come off the goal line until the ball is kicked. The whistle is not an indicator to allow the goalkeeper to come off the line. If the goalkeeper does come off the line early, the best person to make this call is the assistant referee. While some referees choose to monitor this themselves, it is advised that this duty be delegated to the assistant. If the goalkeeper comes off the line early, we have to wait to see the outcome of the kick. If the ball should be counted. If the ball does not enter the goal, again, this could mean a save that either rebounds into play or is pushed over the goal line for an apparent corner kick, a rebound from the frame of the goal, or the kicker missing the goal entirely to create a goal kick. Play should be halted and the kick would be retaken. In the case of a defender violating Law 14, in this case the goalkeeper, the result of the penalty kick could either be a goal or a retake. The final group of individuals that could commit a Law 14 violation are the non-participating players from both teams, meaning anybody but the goalkeeper and the kicker. We can break this group into two subgroups, the attacking teammates and the defending teammates. If a player other than the kicker charges into the penalty area and takes the kick after the whistle is blown, this would result in an indirect free kick at the location where the attacker entered, regardless of the outcome of the kick. If an attacking teammate merely encroaches, that is, enters the penalty area before the ball is kicked, we have to wait to see what the outcome of the kick will be. If the designated kicker kicks the ball into the goal, because the attacking team infringed on Law 14, the goal is not awarded and a retake is ordered. If the ball does not enter the goal, again, rebound, save, or miss, the referee should blow the whistle to halt play and award an indirect free kick at the spot where the attacker entered the penalty area early. Two possibilities exist from attacker encroachment: a retake if the ball goes in, or an indirect free kick if it does not. If a defending teammate encroaches, we still wait to see the outcome of the kick. If the ball goes into the goal is awarded. If the ball does not enter the goal, rebound, save, or miss, the referee should blow the whistle to halt play and order a retake. Two possibilities exist from defender encroachment: a goal if the ball goes in, or a retake if it does not. But wait, what if a player from both teams encroach? In this case, the penalty kick would be retaken regardless of the outcome. One final important note about Law 14 violations. Misconduct for Law 14 violations is rare, but it applies in two specific situations. The first, as mentioned previously, a kicker who starts and then halts the kicking motion must be cautioned for unsporting behavior. The second, if a player commits the same Law 14 violation repeatedly, he can be cautioned for persistent infringement. This would include a situation such as the goalkeeper coming off the line on repeated retakes or the same player encroaching into the penalty area on retakes. The signal by the referee for a penalty kick is to blow the whistle to halt play, then point to the penalty mark to indicate a penalty kick. Many referees will sprint to the mark while pointing, or simply sprint to the mark and stand at the goal. Each of these are acceptable signals. No matter what technique you choose, it is very important to sell this call with confidence. You are awarding a scoring opportunity that is converted over 75% of the time in a sport where oftentimes the final difference is a single goal. You have to show everybody that you are sure this opportunity is deserved. Assistant referees can call penalty kicks as well, though this is rare because it is more difficult to sell the call from the touchline. The assistant first goes through the process of signaling a foul, halt, raise the flag, waggle, then the referee blows the whistle to stop play. Instead of dropping the flag to 45 degrees for a free kick, the assistant then drops the flag and drapes it across his or her waist, making the substitution signal but at the waist. The assistant then turns and jogs to the corner flag, which completes the signal that a penalty kick should be awarded. If, at the taking of a penalty kick, the goalkeeper comes off the line early and the ball does not enter the goal, the assistant referee would signal this violation with the sub-signal at the waist signal, standing at attention and not moving. If the ball enters the goal, then abruptly leaves the goal, the assistant should raise the flag straight up as a signal to the referee to halt play, then turn and sprint to the corner flag to indicate that the ball has entered the goal and a goal should be awarded. If the ball enters the goal routinely and there is no violation, the assistant would merely turn and jog back to the corner flag to say that the goal is good. If the ball rebounds into play, the assistant referee should backpedal to the corner flag, getting back into offside position as quickly as possible, but remaining focused on the play.